This MMA 30 video is brought to you by Cheaterville.com. Don't go down without a fight.
The idea of me having a gym was something I've always wanted to. Back in the day at Ultimate Training Center, my friend Tiki, he had his gym, and I always helped him and promoted it. And he did very well off of making his gym. And I moved actually closer to where I've always wanted to be, in Huntington Harbor. And there was an opportunity that I seen, something that I want to kind of give to the community, give back to the kids, and give them an opportunity to kind of keep off the streets and make their mind focused by getting in a gym and train. So I opened this at Punishment Training Center, and I put my heart and soul into it. They say if something means so much to you, it's not just putting money in it, but putting your heart and soul in it. And there's about 2 months session when I came in here, I just built it all out. I scrubbed the floors, I stripped the floors, I painted them, put coat after coat, and doing it myself. And I really just want to give the opportunity for community to give back to the community, for kids to have somewhere to come in and burn some energy, put some time in. A lot of girls who come in and take kickboxing classes also. And I teach classes on Tuesday and Thursday nights for kids and adults. So, like I say, just giving back to the community, that's what it's about. I've been in UFC since 1997. When did it start changing for me? I think after my first fight in 1997, it changed for me, like no other. I grew up as a kid who didn't really have much family. My parents were drug addicts, and I really didn't have that much heartfelt family life around me, and attention was something I was dying for as a kid. So after my first time I fought, I got all the attention I wanted, and it was something that I was feeding onto. The fans that loved me, kids coming up to me, Tito, get an autograph. I was like, I never imagined this at all. When I was a kid, I used to dream about it, but I thought it'd be in professional wrestling, not in UFC. UFC wasn't even a sport at the time. But I think after my first fight, and I realized that this is something I love to do. I love to compete, but then I can be the notoriety as a fighter. It was really cool. I see as myself and Couture and Liddell, we're the three fathers, I guess you can say, that kind of really made the sport to what it is today. Couture being retired, Liddell being retired, I'm pretty much the last one standing. And I've understood, the marketing behind it, of pushing the fights, selling the fights. Now the young guys that are coming up, some of them are doing it well. Chael Sonnen, amazing. He's way better than me. I think he's one of the greatest, man. And if he could be a world champion and defend his world title as many times as I have, that'd be awesome to see. But a lot of these guys gotta understand, if you gotta put in the work, you gotta put in the work and make sure you get your hand raised. When you get your hand raised and you can still talk trash and back it up, that's what means the best behind anything at all. And I understood that since day one. I used to talk trash and I won my world title and I continued. I defended 6 times, and no other light heavyweights ever done that. And it wasn't a fact of disrespecting another fighter. It was just kind of building to sell the fight. And I was confident. People call it cockiness. I was confident. I believed in myself, and that's the way it ended up happening. So I see some of these younger guys that come up and trying to build themselves, and you got to win matches. And it's a confidence thing. It's not cockiness, it's confidence. The relationship between me and Dana, I think it went wrong when I stopped believing that everything would be okay. I felt like I couldn't trust a lot of people. You gotta understand, I come from a background where I didn't have a family. I had no one to trust. I always fought and survived to be who I was. And I always felt like someone was trying to take advantage of me. And maybe it's just from my family. They never loved me. My mother said she loved me, my father said she loved me, yeah, but I never felt loved until, I think I was about 24 when my mother finally got sober and she sat and talked to me. But I look at it as I was always battling to kind of make a stand. And I seen them making a lot of money, and I made the mistake by counting their money. And I should have never did that. I should have just been loyal to them and made sure I made the right decisions. And I didn't. I look at it and I made some bad decisions, and I probably should have listened to a lot of people that are around me that are in my ear and just saying, Tito, you should deserve this and you deserve that. And it's just one of those things. I came from nothing, and I always thought that if I gave somebody a lot, that I should get something in return. And I made the mistake by counting their money. I should never did that. And I look at it, and everybody learns from mistakes, and I learned from mistakes. I learned by the things that I've gone through the wrong things in life, I guess. I was a kid who was always surviving. I was always hustling. I was always trying to make sure that my boys had everything I never had as a kid. And that's all it came down to. I've always scratched and fought my way to the top. I want to make sure my kids never have to do that, and that's what about. This is all financial stuff. It's all business stuff, and I understood it. So that's why I stood my ground as I did. And hopefully now me and Dana have really, put our past behind us, because I have, and can think about the future. And when I'm done with my career with the UFC as a fighter, hopefully I can work with UFC. If not, I'm going to continue doing something. I'm far from being over in the sport of mixed martial arts, and as a fighter, maybe as a competitor, I maybe can hear at the end of my tunnel here soon, and I understand that. I don't want to overstay my welcome. I still got a good head on my shoulders. Of course, a big head for all you people that know. But I really have worked hard to get my life where it is today, and I don't want to overstay my welcome as a fighter. And I've done everything under the sun in UFC, and why overstay my welcome? And I look back at my career now, God has challenged me. He's challenged me over and over again. And was I weak enough to quit? No. I stood my ground. And, against the UFC, against Dana, against physical challenging things, emotionally challenging things. And I've succeeded, and I continue to succeed. And I think God just put me on this earth to show everybody that you're able to do anything in your life, as long as you keep your mind focused and just keep setting forward and believe in your dreams and believe in yourself. And I have always believed in myself.
This MMA 30 video is brought to you by Cheaterville.com. Don't go down without a fight.